I yawned right in the middle of the CEO's quarterly speech. In front of 500 people. In a dead silent auditorium. I tried to stifle it. God, I tried, but exhaustion won. My hand flew to my mouth too late. The sound escaped, small but devastating in the silence. The CEO stopped mid-sentence. The room froze. Those piercing, cold eyes locked onto my seat like a predator spotting wounded prey. My heart stopped. You. Stand up. My legs barely held me. I stood, trembling, auburn hair falling into my eyes, dark circles probably visible from the stage. I'm sorry, sir. You're what? His voice cut through the auditorium like a blade. I'm sorry. My voice cracked, pathetic. His expression didn't change. Carved from ice, perfectly tailored suit, commanding presence that built $1 billion empire. You're fired. Security will escort you out. The air left my lungs. Let this be a lesson to everyone here about respect. The auditorium erupted in whispers. My world shattered in real time. Somewhere a phone lifted. Someone was recording. By evening, the video was everywhere internally. 3,000 views. 300 comments. The yawning employee who destroyed his career in 3 seconds.
If you're just joining us, subscribe to the channel for more interesting boys' love story. Here's what you need to know.
The office is a graveyard at 11 p.m. I move through it like a ghost, cardboard box trembling in my hands. Every footstep echoes too loud in the empty corridors. My desk, former desk, sits in the corner of the open floor plan, and I'm grateful the fluorescent lights are dimmed. Grateful no one is here to watch me dismantle 6 months of my life. A coffee mug with a chipped handle. 3 pens that still work. A company handbook I never finished reading. The small succulent Hannah gave me on my first day, already half dead from neglect. I touch each item like evidence of a crime, proof I was here, proof I mattered, even briefly. My phone buzzes. Hannah. I decline the call. It buzzes again immediately. And again. On the 4th attempt, I answer because she'll just keep calling. Min Suk, what the hell happened? Her voice is sharp, frantic. Everyone's talking about it. The video is everywhere. Please tell me it's not real. My throat closes. It's real. He fired you? In front of everyone? For yawning. She sounds incredulous, furious on my behalf. It makes my eyes burn. That's insane. You can sue. You have to sue. With what money, Hannah? The words come out sharper than intended. With what lawyer? I can't even afford next month's rent. Silence. Then softer. Come stay with me. You know my couch is always. I'm fine. You're not fine. Don't do this. Don't shut me out. But I'm already shutting her out, already building the walls higher, because accepting help means admitting I'm drowning. I have to go. I'll call you tomorrow. I end the call before she can argue. My hands are shaking. Another buzz. My landlord. The text is brief, clinical. Rent was due 3 days ago. Need payment by end of week or starting eviction process. I close my eyes. $847 in my checking account. Rent is $1,200. The convenience store fired me last week for falling asleep during a shift. The same exhaustion that led to the yawn that destroyed everything. No job. No safety net. No family to crawl back to. I open the company Slack, a masochistic impulse I can't resist. The video is pinned in 3 different channels. 3,247 views now. The comments are worse than I imagined. This is what happens when you disrespect leadership. Imagine being that stupid. Good. Make an example. A few defend me, Hannah, predictably, but they're drowned out by gleeful schadenfreude. I'm a cautionary tale now. A lesson in what not to do. I lock my phone and shove it in my pocket. The box is packed. There's nothing left of me here. The elevator ride down feels like falling. 47 floors of free fall. When the doors open, the security guard won't meet my eyes. Outside, November wind cuts through my thin jacket. I have nowhere to go. No plan. No future past the next 48 hours. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. Mr. Park. My employer requests your presence. A car is waiting. My blood turns to ice. The black sedan idles outside my building like a hearse. I stand on the sidewalk, fingers numb around my pathetic cardboard box, and stare at the tinted windows. Every instinct screams to run. But run where? To my studio apartment that I'll lose in 4 days? To Hannah's couch where I'll be a burden? To the streets? The rear door opens. A woman emerges, sharp suit, sharper eyes, clipboard in hand like a weapon. Mr. Park. I'm Jessica Chun, executive assistant to the CEO. Please get in. Why? My voice sounds hollow. Because he asked. She says it like that's the only reason anyone needs. And because you're standing in the cold with nowhere else to go. The truth of it stings more than the wind. I get in the car. We don't go back to the office. We go to my apartment. She already knows the address, of course she does. And she follows me up 3 flights of stairs to my studio. It's 12:47 a.m. when she sits at my tiny kitchen table, opens her briefcase, and slides a contract across the scratched surface. Reinstatement, effective immediately, she says, voice clinical. Triple your previous salary. Direct reporting structure to the CEO. Full benefits, including health, dental, and vision. I stare at the papers, vision blurring. This is a joke. Mr. Park, do I look like I make jokes at 1 in the morning? Why would he? My voice cracks. He fired me. In front of everyone. He made an example of me. And now he's reconsidering. She taps a manicured nail on a specific clause. Read section 7 carefully. I scan the dense legal text. The words swim together until one phrase jumps out. Complete transparency regarding schedule, health, and welfare. What does that mean? It means you provide daily reports on your activities, health status, and general well-being. It means if the CEO asks where you are, you tell him. If he asks how you're sleeping, you answer honestly. If he requests medical information, you provide it. My stomach drops. That's insane. That's invasive. That's the condition of your employment. She pulls out another document. This is the alternative. I take it with shaking hands. It's a non-disclosure agreement paired with a blacklist notification. Every major corporation in the industry. Every competitor. Every subsidiary. My name flagged as terminated for cause, unprofessional conduct. If you refuse the contract, you sign this instead, Jessica says quietly. You'll never work in this field again. Not in the city. Probably not in this country. The papers blur. I'm going to be sick. Why is he doing this? That's not my place to say. She checks her watch. You have until 1 a.m. to decide. After that, the offer expires and the blacklist goes into effect automatically. 13 minutes. I have 13 minutes to choose between surrendering my privacy or surrendering my future. I think about the $847 in my account. The eviction notice coming. The convenience store that already fired me. The way Hannah's voice cracked with worry. The video with 3,247 views and climbing. I think about the CEO's cold eyes and the way he said you're fired, like swatting a fly. And I think about how I have no other choice. I never did. Where do I sign? Jessica slides a pen across the table. Her expression doesn't change, but something flickers in her eyes. Pity, maybe. Or warning. I sign on every line she indicates. My handwriting looks like a stranger's, shaky, desperate, defeated. Excellent. She collects the papers with efficient movements. Be at the office by 8 a.m. Your new workspace is on the executive floor, adjacent to the CEO's office. She stands, briefcase snapping shut. Welcome back, Mr. Park. She's gone before I can respond, leaving me alone in my apartment with the weight of what I've just done. I sold myself. That's what this is. I signed away my autonomy, my privacy, my dignity for a salary and a roof over my head. My phone buzzes. A calendar invitation from an unknown sender. Daily check-in with CEO. 8:30 a.m. Recurring. I'm going to throw up. I don't sleep. How can I? At 6 a.m., I'm standing in front of my bathroom mirror, trying to make myself look like someone who deserves a second chance. The dark circles under my eyes have darkened. My hands won't stop shaking. I put on my only good shirt, the one I wore to the interview 6 months ago, and it feels like a costume now. The subway ride is torture. Every person looks like they know. Like they've seen the video. Like they're wondering what kind of pathetic desperation brings someone back to a place that destroyed them. The office building looms ahead, glass and steel and judgment. I want to turn around. I want to run. But Jessica's words echo. After that, the blacklist goes into effect automatically. I have no choice. I never did. Security waves me through with a new badge, executive floor access. The elevator ride to the 47th floor feels like ascending to my execution. When the doors open, the air is different up here. Quieter. Colder. More expensive. Every head turns when I step out. Whispers ripple through the open workspace like a virus. That's him. The yawning guy. I heard he begged for his job back. Pathetic. I keep my eyes down and follow the signs to reception. The receptionist, elegant, older, unreadable, gives me a tight smile. Mr. Park, the CEO is expecting you. Through those doors, third office on the left. My legs feel like water. I walk through frosted glass doors into a corridor of executive offices. And there, third on the left, is a small office with glass walls. Completely transparent. A fishbowl. Inside, a desk, a computer, a chair. Nothing else. No privacy. Everyone on this floor can see directly into my workspace. Can watch me work. Can watch me fail. I'm standing there, frozen, when his voice cuts through the silence. Mr. Park. I turn. The CEO stands in the doorway of the adjacent office. His office, massive and imposing through the connecting glass wall. He's in a charcoal suit that probably costs more than 3 months of my old salary. His expression is unreadable. Sir. My voice barely works. Come here. It's not a request. I follow him into his office, and he closes the door behind us. The sudden privacy feels more threatening than the glass walls. Sit. I sit. He remains standing, studying me like I'm a specimen under glass. The silence stretches until I can't breathe. You look terrible, he says finally. I didn't sleep well. Why not? The question feels like a trap. Complete transparency. Because I was terrified of coming back here. Something flickers across his face, too quick to read. You'll work from the office adjacent to mine. I need to ensure you're managing your responsibilities. Everyone can see me in there. Yes. They'll watch me. They'll talk. Yes. He leans against his desk, arms crossed. Is that a problem? My pride screams yes. My bank account screams no. No, sir. Good. Your first task is on your desk. I expect it completed by noon. I'll review your work personally. He pauses. And Min Suk. It's the first time he's used my first name. It sounds wrong in his mouth. Intimate and possessive. Yes. If you need anything, coffee, food, a break, you ask me first. Not the assistant. Not a colleague. Me. Understood. Yes. Understood. Dismissed. I stand on shaking legs and return to my glass cage. The task on my desk is a senior-level market analysis that would normally take 3 days. He wants it in 4 hours. I sit down, hyper-aware of every eye on me. The CEO's office is directly adjacent, separated only by glass. When I glance over, he's at his desk working. But then his eyes lift, meeting mine through the transparent wall. He doesn't look away. Neither do I, for a moment that stretches too long. Then I break eye contact and turn to my computer, pulse hammering. I'm not an employee here. I'm a project. An experiment. A strange mercy case that everyone can watch unfold in real time. A pet in a cage. And he's the one holding the key. I finish the analysis at 11:47 a.m. 13 minutes early. My eyes burn from staring at spreadsheets, and I've had nothing but water since 6 a.m., but it's done. Thorough. Maybe even good. I send it to his email and wait. 3 minutes later, my phone buzzes. Come to my office. My stomach drops. Either it's terrible or I don't know what the alternative is. Nothing good happens in that office. He's standing by the window when I enter, hands clasped behind his back, silhouetted against the city skyline. He doesn't turn. Close the door. I do. The click feels final. The analysis is acceptable. He still doesn't turn. Better than acceptable, actually. You completed senior-level work in 4 hours on no sleep. Thank you, sir. Which brings me to my question. Now he turns, and those cold eyes pin me in place. Why were you so exhausted that you yawned during my speech? The room feels smaller suddenly. I was tired. I gathered that. Why? I hadn't slept much. How much? My jaw tightens. 3 hours. Why? I had things to do. He moves closer, each step deliberate. Min Suk, do you remember Section 7 of your contract? Complete transparency. I swallow hard. Yes. Then answer the question properly. Why had you only slept 3 hours? The words stick in my throat. Admitting this feels like peeling skin off. I was working. You left the office at 6 p.m. I checked the logs. Of course he did. I had another job. Silence. His expression doesn't change, but something shifts in the air, sharpens. What job? Convenience store. Night shift. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. You worked a full day here, then an 8-hour night shift, then came directly back to the office? Yes. How long had you been doing this? For months. His jaw tightens almost imperceptibly. How many hours of sleep per night? 3. Sometimes 4. And before the convenience store? I don't want to answer. Don't want to reveal how far down I've fallen. But his eyes demand truth. Delivery driving. Before that, tutoring. I've had a second job since I started here. Why? The question comes out harder now, an edge of something I can't identify. Because one job wasn't enough. You made $52,000 a year. That's competitive for your level. It's not enough when you're sending money home. When you have medical expenses. When your apartment costs $1,200 and you're still paying off student loans from a state school because you couldn't get scholarships to the places that matter. The words pour out before I can stop them, sharp and bitter. It's not enough when you're trying to survive in a city that eats people like me alive. Silence. Long and heavy. His expression has shifted from cold assessment to something I can't read. Something almost like, no. I'm imagining it. The health benefits, he says quietly. Full medical coverage. Why didn't you use them? My cheeks burn. I didn't realize they covered pre-existing conditions. You thought you'd have to pay out of pocket. Yes. So you worked yourself into exhaustion to afford medication that your employer would have covered for free. It sounds so stupid when he says it like that. I didn't know. He's silent for a long moment, studying me with an intensity that makes my skin prickle. When he finally speaks, his voice is different, quieter, but somehow more absolute. That ends today. Sir, the second job. You're not doing it anymore. Your salary is tripled, per the contract. You'll make $156,000 a year. You'll use your health benefits. I'll have Jessica walk you through enrollment today. You'll sleep minimum 6 hours per night. You'll eat 3 meals. Is this clear? I stare at him, uncomprehending. Why do you care? The question hangs between us. His expression shudders. Because employees who collapse from exhaustion are a liability. But his voice lacks conviction. Go to lunch, Min Suk. And eat something substantial. That's an order. The new laptop appears on my desk Tuesday morning. Top of the line, still in the box. No note. No explanation. I stare at it for 10 minutes before Jessica materializes beside my glass cage. The CEO noticed your current device was outdated, she says, as if this is normal. This one has better processing speed for the analytics work you'll be doing. I didn't ask for this. You didn't need to. She's already walking away. Through the glass wall, I catch him watching. Our eyes meet. He nods once, then returns to his screen. The laptop stays. Wednesday, a company card arrives. Black, heavy, my name embossed in silver letters. Jessica delivers this one too, with a memo. For necessary expenses related to work performance and wellness. What does that mean? I ask. It means use it. She taps the memo. The CEO was specific. Meals, transportation, professional attire, anything that impacts your ability to perform optimally. This is too much. Take it up with him. But her expression suggests that's a terrible idea. I slip the card into my wallet. It feels like a shackle made of titanium and unlimited credit. Friday, Jessica appears with an envelope. Inside are keys and an address in a neighborhood I've only seen in luxury apartment listings. What is this? Your new apartment. 1 bedroom, fully furnished, heating included. Move-in ready. My heart stops. I have an apartment. You have a studio with broken heating that you're about to lose. She sets a folder on my desk. Lease is paid for a year. Non-negotiable. I can't accept this. You don't have a choice. The CEO was very clear. You can't perform adequately while worried about rent. She pauses. He also mentioned something about you being cold. Shame floods through me. He noticed. Of course he noticed. I've been wearing the same thin jacket every day, shivering at my desk, trying to hide it. This is insane, I whisper. This is your employment contract. Section 7, remember? He's ensuring your welfare. She softens slightly. Min Suk, take the apartment. Winter is coming. I've seen the weather reports. After she leaves, I sit there holding the keys, pride screaming in my chest. This is wrong. This is too much. This is him buying me, owning me, turning me into something kept and dependent. But my fingers close around the keys anyway. Because winter is coming, and I'm so tired of being cold. Tired of the broken radiator in my studio. Tired of wearing 3 layers to bed. Tired of choosing between heating and eating. Through the glass wall, he's on a phone call, pacing his office. He's not looking at me, but I know he's aware. He's always aware. That evening, I go to the address. The building has a doorman. A doorman. The lobby is all marble and soft lighting. The elevator is faster than the one at work. The apartment is on the 14th floor. When I unlock the door, I just stand there. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Actual furniture. A couch that isn't secondhand. A bed that isn't a mattress on the floor. A kitchen with appliances that work. Heating that I can feel immediately, warm and constant. I walk through it in a daze. There's food in the refrigerator. New towels in the bathroom. My clothes from the studio, already unpacked and hanging in the closet. He had someone move my things. Without asking. Without permission. I should be furious. I should march back to the office and throw the keys at him. Instead, I sink onto the couch and put my face in my hands. It's warm here. So warm. For the first time in months, I'm not shivering. My phone buzzes. Him. Settled in? I stare at the message. Type and delete 3 responses. Finally, this is too much. His reply is immediate. No. It's adequate. Sleep well, Min Suk. 6 hours minimum. I want to hate him for this. For the control, the ownership, the way he's systematically removing every aspect of my independence. But I'm warm. And the bed looks soft. And I'm so tired. I sleep for 8 hours straight. It's 9 p.m. on a Thursday, and I'm on the 4th revision of a pitch deck that was already perfect 3 revisions ago. My eyes burn. My head pounds. The words on the screen are starting to blur together. The transition between slides 7 and 8 is still too abrupt. I grip my pen so hard it might snap. Through the glass wall, he's standing with his arms crossed, watching my screen on the monitor feed he has in his office. Of course he has a monitor feed. I smooth that transition in revision 2. Not enough. The flow is disrupted. Fix it. Something in me breaks. Maybe it's the exhaustion. Maybe it's the 2 weeks of living in a gilded cage. Maybe it's the way he's been critiquing this deck for 3 hours like I'm a machine that just needs the right adjustments. Maybe if you let me sleep more than 5 hours, I'd be sharper. The words explode out before I can stop them. Silence. Complete, suffocating silence. I freeze, realizing what I've just done. You don't snap at a CEO. You definitely don't snap at this CEO. The one who fired you once already. Through the glass, he's gone completely still. Then he moves, walking out of his office and directly into mine. The door clicks shut behind him. What did you just say? His voice is deadly quiet. My heart hammers. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. You're sleeping 5 hours? He takes a step closer. I specifically ordered 6 minimum. I know, but the workload. The workload is demanding, not impossible. 6 hours is non-negotiable. Another step. He's close enough now that I have to tilt my head back to meet his eyes. How long has this been going on? I want to lie. Want to tell him I'm fine. But Section 7. Complete transparency. A week. Maybe more. His jaw clenches. Why didn't you report this in your daily check-ins? Because I can handle it. Clearly, you can't. He pulls out his phone, types something. You're done for tonight. The pitch deck will be completed tomorrow when you're rested. He pockets his phone. Go home. Sleep. That's an order. You can't just order me to sleep. I can and I am. Your contract gives me authority over your health and welfare, which includes sleep patterns. His expression is unreadable, but there's something burning behind those cold eyes. Go. Now. I gather my things with shaking hands, humiliation burning through me. He watches until I'm out the door, then returns to his office. The drive home feels surreal. I keep replaying the moment, the snap in my voice, his deadly quiet response, the way he looked at me like I'd personally betrayed him by not sleeping enough. I'm in sweatpants, about to collapse into bed, when my doorbell rings at 11:30 p.m. A woman in professional attire stands in the hallway with a medical bag. Mr. Park? I'm Dr. Sarah Chin. I'm here for your wellness assessment. My blood runs cold. I didn't schedule. Your employer did. May I come in? This is insane. This is beyond insane. But I step aside because what choice do I have? She's efficient and thorough. Blood pressure, elevated. Heart rate, too fast. Weight, down 8 pounds from my last physical. Sleep quality assessment, poor to severe. Stress markers, through the roof. When did you last have a full night's rest? She asks, making notes. I don't remember. Her expression softens with concern. Mr. Park, your body is running on fumes. If this continues, you're looking at serious health consequences. Potential collapse, compromised immune system, cognitive impairment. I know. There's so much work. There will always be work. She closes her tablet. I'm prescribing sleep aids, mild ones, and I'll be sending a full report to your employer. I'm also recommending mandatory 8-hour sleep periods until your levels stabilize. After she leaves, my phone buzzes. Dr. Chen's report is concerning. 8 hours minimum starting tonight. The pitch deck can wait. You cannot. Sleep, Min Suk. I stare at the message, something tight lodging in my chest. He sent a doctor. To my apartment. At midnight. Because I snapped at him about sleep deprivation. This isn't normal concern. This isn't a boss managing an employee's productivity. This is something else entirely. And I don't know if I should be terrified or... No. I shut that thought down immediately. I take the sleep aid and fall into darkness. The watch appears on Monday morning, sitting in a velvet box on my desk like a coiled snake. I know what it is before I open it. I've seen them in magazine ads, on the wrists of executives who make 7 figures. The kind of watch that costs more than a car. I don't touch it for an hour. Jessica appears at 10 a.m. You should put that on. The CEO expects you to wear it during today's board meeting. I'm attending a board meeting? You're presenting the pitch deck. Didn't you check your calendar? My stomach drops. I pull up my schedule. There it is, board meeting. 2 p.m. Duration, 2 hours. Present Q4 strategy analysis. He didn't mention this. He doesn't have to. You report to him directly. She nods at the watch. Wear it. It's not a request. The watch is heavy on my wrist. Elegant. The kind of thing that makes people look twice. It catches the light as I move, expensive and conspicuous and utterly wrong on someone like me. The board meeting is a special kind of torture. 12 executives in tailored suits, watching me present like I'm an animal doing tricks. I can feel his eyes on me the entire time, assessing, cataloging every word, every gesture. Halfway through, the watch vibrates. I glance down reflexively. A notification on the small screen, breathe. You're doing well. My heart skips. I look up, find him across the table. His expression is neutral, but there's something in his eyes. I finish the presentation. The board approves the strategy. When it's over, I'm gathering my materials when I notice something on the watch face. A small icon I didn't see before. Curious, I tap it. A map opens. A blue dot pulses at my exact location in the building. GPS tracking. The realization hits like ice water. He's tracking me. This entire time, the watch, the gift, it's surveillance. I don't remember walking to his office. Don't remember pushing past Jessica's protests. I'm just suddenly there, door slamming open, his head snapping up from his computer. You're tracking me? My voice shakes with fury. He doesn't even flinch. Just closes his laptop with calm precision. Yes. You put a GPS tracker on me without telling me? I put a safety device on you because I need to know where you are. He stands, moving around his desk. Sit down. I'm not sitting down. This is insane. You can't just track people. I can track employees whose safety is my responsibility. His voice is maddeningly calm. Especially after what happened. What are you talking about? Nothing happened. You collapsed last week. Dr. Chen found you unconscious at your desk at 6 a.m. I freeze. I just fell asleep. You lost consciousness from exhaustion. You could have hit your head. Could have had a medical emergency with no one there. Something flashes in his eyes, dark and intense. That doesn't happen again. So your solution is to stalk me? My solution is to ensure I can reach you if there's an emergency. He takes a step closer. After what happened, I won't risk your safety. Wear it or security follows you everywhere. Choose. The words hit like a slap. That's not a choice. No, it's not. His expression is carved from stone. But it's the only option you're getting. This is about control. You want to own every piece of my life. I want to keep you alive. The words come out sharp, raw, and for a moment the mask cracks. I see something underneath, something desperate and possessive and almost frightening. Then it's gone. The watch stays on. That's final. We stare at each other, the air thick with unspoken things. I should quit. Should throw the watch at him and walk out. But the contract. The blacklist. The apartment I can't afford to lose. The golden handcuffs tighten. Fine. I bite out the word. But don't pretend this is about my safety. This is about you controlling me. Think what you want. He returns to his desk, dismissing me. Close the door on your way out. I leave, the watch heavy on my wrist. That night, I consider taking it off. But when I reach for the clasp, my phone buzzes. Don't. Just that. One word. I leave the watch on. He's watching. He's always watching. And the worst part? Some dark, traitorous part of me doesn't mind. The invitation comes through Jessica on a Friday afternoon. The CEO requests your presence at the Children's Hospital Charity Gala tomorrow evening. 7 p.m. Black tie. I don't have black tie. She slides a garment bag across my desk. You do now. Of course. Of course he's already bought me a tuxedo. Because why would he let me have even this small piece of autonomy? The tux fits perfectly. Tailored to measurements he shouldn't have, but obviously does. When I look in the mirror Saturday evening, I barely recognize myself. I look like I belong in his world. Like I'm not an imposter playing dress-up. The car he sends is excessive. A town car with a driver who opens the door like I'm someone important. The gala is at a 5-star hotel, all crystal chandeliers and champagne fountains, and people who've never worried about rent in their lives. He's waiting in the lobby. Charcoal tuxedo, perfectly fitted, commanding every eye in the room without trying. When he sees me, something flickers across his face, too quick to read. You clean up well. His voice is neutral, but his eyes track over me with an intensity that makes my skin burn. You didn't give me much choice. No, I didn't. He offers his arm. Shall we? The gala is a performance. He introduces me to investors, board members, politicians. People whose names I've only seen in news headlines. This is Min Suk Park, my strategic analyst, he says each time, and the weight of his hand on my lower back feels like a brand. People look at me with curiosity, with speculation, some with barely concealed judgment. Everyone's wondering the same thing. Why is the CEO's notorious firing victim here on his arm like a prized possession? I endure 3 hours of small talk, champagne I barely touch, and the constant awareness of him beside me. Close enough that I can feel his body heat, far enough that it's professionally appropriate. Barely. When we finally leave, the tension is suffocating. The car pulls away from the hotel, and silence fills the space between us like smoke. I can't take it anymore. Why are you doing this? The words explode out. The apartment, the watch, the doctor, this. I gesture at my tuxedo. Why? He stares out the window. You needed those things. I needed a job. That's all. But you've turned me into some kind of project. Some kept thing you can dress up and show off and control. Is that what you think this is? He turns to face me, and there's something dangerous in his eyes. You think I'm doing this for show? I don't know what you're doing. You fired me. You humiliated me. Then you bought me back, and now you won't leave me alone. You track my location, monitor my sleep, choose my clothes. Because I can't stop thinking about you. The words cut through my tirade like a blade. I freeze. What? His mask is cracking, fissures spreading across that perfect control. Because firing you was the worst decision I've made. Because for 3 days after, I couldn't focus on anything except the look on your face when security escorted you out. He moves closer, and the space between us evaporates. Because you're the only person who doesn't want anything from me. Who looks at me like I'm not a god or a monster, just a man who made a mistake. My breath catches. You can't, we can't. Tell me you don't feel it. His voice drops to something raw, almost pleading. Tell me I'm imagining the way you look at me through that glass wall. Tell me you hate every gift, every touch, every moment I force you to spend in my presence. I should say yes. Should lie. Should protect myself from whatever this is. But I can't. I can't tell you that, I whisper. Something breaks in his expression. His hand comes up, fingers curling around the back of my neck, and then he's kissing me. It's not gentle. It's desperate, possessive, inevitable, like everything that's been building between us finally detonating. His other hand grips my jaw, tilting my head to deepen the kiss, and I'm drowning in it. In him. When we break apart, we're both breathing hard. This is a terrible idea, I manage. The worst, he agrees. Then he kisses me again, and I stop caring about terrible ideas. We don't talk about the kiss. Not the next day, not the day after. But everything's different now. The air between us crackles with tension. His hand lingers when he passes me documents. Our eyes meet through the glass wall and hold too long. Everyone notices. Of course they notice. I'm alone in the elevator Tuesday afternoon when it stops on the 43rd floor. Victoria Chen steps in, Senior VP of Corporate Development, sharp suit, sharper smile. I've seen her in meetings. She has a reputation for ruthlessness that rivals his. Min Suk Park. She says my name like she's tasting it. Quite the rise you've had. Fired to executive pet in 3 weeks. Impressive. My jaw tightens. I work for the CEO. Oh, we all know what you do for the CEO. Her smile is predatory. You're quite the pet project. Everyone's talking about it. The elevator descends in silence. She examines her manicured nails. Some people think the CEO's distraction is exploitable. She glances at me. A man that focused on one thing tends to miss others. Becomes vulnerable. I don't know what you're implying. Don't you? The elevator reaches the lobby. She steps out, pausing to look back. Be careful, Min Suk. Pets get hurt when their owners aren't watching. The doors close. My hands are shaking. I tell myself it's nothing. Corporate politics. Jealousy. Empty threats. Then Thursday happens. I'm at my desk when the office explodes. Phones ringing. People running. Through the glass, I see him on a call, his expression thunderous. Jessica appears, face pale. Emergency board meeting. Now. What happened? Confidential merger documents leaked to the press. The Hanover deal, everything. Terms, financials, strategy. It's everywhere. My stomach drops. I worked on parts of that analysis. How? That's what they're trying to figure out. She hurries away. The meeting lasts 3 hours. I watch through the glass as executives file into the conference room, expressions grim. The office is chaos, legal teams mobilizing, PR scrambling, the stock price dropping in real time on every monitor. He doesn't leave the conference room until 9 p.m. When he finally emerges, he looks like barely controlled rage. Our eyes meet through the glass. He mouths, "Go home." I gather my things, exhausted and anxious. The merger leak is catastrophic. Whoever did this timed it perfectly to cause maximum damage. I'm halfway home when my phone buzzes. Unknown number. I almost ignore it, but something makes me open the message. It's a photo. Of me. Leaving the office building this morning, coffee in hand, completely unaware. Crosshairs are edited over my chest. Precise. Professional. Threatening. The message beneath makes my blood freeze. His weakness. His downfall. The phone slips from my shaking hands. Someone's watching me. Someone's threatening me. Someone thinks hurting me will hurt him. Victoria's words echo. Pets get hurt when their owners aren't watching. My phone rings. Him. I answer with trembling fingers. Min Suk. What's wrong? His voice is sharp, immediate. Your heart rate just spiked. The watch. Someone sent me a photo. My voice doesn't sound like mine. Of me. With crosshairs. Silence. Then deadly quiet. Where are you? In the car. Almost home. Don't go home. Give the driver my address. Now. What? Do it. Now. I hear movement on his end, doors slamming. I'm sending security to your location. Stay in the car. Don't get out for anyone except them. Do you understand? Yes. Forward me that message. Everything. Then stay on the line with me. I forward the photo with shaking hands. Hear him curse viciously when he receives it. The merger leak, I whisper. This is connected, isn't it? Yes. His voice is ice and fury. Someone's trying to expose my weakness. They think hurting you will distract me. Make me vulnerable. Are they right? Silence. Then raw and honest. Yes. They're absolutely right. Security arrives, 2 men in suits who check credentials 3 times before letting me exit the car. They escort me to a different vehicle, and we drive in tense silence. Victoria was right. I'm not just a pet project. I'm a weapon someone's decided to use against him. And now I'm in danger because he can't stop thinking about me. The car pulls up to a building I recognize from magazines. Luxury high-rise. Penthouse level. His home. I'm about to step into his personal space. Cross a line we can't uncross. The security escorts me to a private elevator. It rises and rises. When the doors open, he's waiting. And the look on his face tells me everything's about to change. His penthouse is all glass and steel and minimalist luxury, but I barely see it. He pulls me inside, hands running over me like he's checking for injuries, eyes wild with something between rage and fear. Are you hurt? No. I'm fine. You're not fine. Someone threatened you. Someone targeted you because of me. His hands cup my face, forcing me to meet his eyes. You're staying here. I'm doubling security. You don't go anywhere without armed escorts. You can't just lock me up. Watch me. His phone rings. He answers without breaking eye contact. What did you find? I watch his expression darken as he listens. Victoria Chen. I want everything. Financials, communications, associations. If she's involved, I want proof by morning. He hangs up. It's her. She orchestrated the leak to trigger a hostile takeover. Your collateral damage. She warned me. In the elevator. She warned you. His voice drops to something lethal. What did she say? I tell him. Every word. His expression grows colder with each sentence. She made a mistake. He pulls out his phone again. Threatening you was her first mistake. Doing it where I could find out was her second. That night, I sleep in his guest room. Or try to. Security changes shifts outside. Somewhere in the penthouse, he's making calls, destroying Victoria's career with surgical precision. I should be terrified. Should be running. Instead, I feel safe. Morning comes. He insists on driving me to work himself, security convoy following. It feels excessive until I remember the crosshairs over my chest. The day passes in tense normalcy. Victoria is notably absent. Rumor says she's been suspended pending investigation. I work in my glass cage, hyper-aware of every person who passes, every shadow that moves wrong. At 6 p.m., he tells me to go home. His driver is waiting. I should have known something was wrong when the driver took a different route. Should have noticed when we turned into an empty parking structure. Should have reacted faster when the doors opened and hands grabbed me. The cloth over my mouth smells chemical and wrong. I try to fight, but my limbs go heavy. The world tilts. Then nothing. I wake to darkness. Complete, suffocating darkness. My head pounds like something's trying to break out of my skull. When I try to move, plastic cuts into my wrists. Zip ties. Panic hits. I'm restrained. In the dark. No idea where or how long. I try to stay calm. Focus on breathing. He knows something's wrong. The watch stopped transmitting. Security lost contact. He knows he'll come. Hours pass. Maybe. Time loses meaning in the dark. Then an explosion. Not metaphorical. Actual. The building shakes. Shouting. Gunfire. Terror floods through me. This is real. This is happening. I'm going to die in the dark, and he'll blame himself, and the door explodes inward. Light blinds me. Figures in tactical gear swarm in. And then him. He's covered in blood. Not his, I realize with sick relief. Suit jacket gone, white shirt splattered red, expression like vengeance incarnate. When his eyes find me, something breaks in his face. Min Suk. He's across the room in seconds, cutting the zip ties with a knife I didn't know he carried. Are you hurt? Did they touch you? I'm okay. My voice breaks. He pulls me against his chest, one hand cradling my head, the other around my back like he can shield me from the world. I feel him shaking. Sir, we need to move, one of the tactical team says. He lifts me effortlessly. I don't protest. Can't. I'm shaking too hard. The building we leave is carnage. I don't look too closely at the bodies. The ride to the hospital is silent except for his hand gripping mine like a lifeline and his voice raw and wrecked. If you ever leave my sight again, I'll lose my mind. I should be afraid. He just killed people. Maybe with his own hands. I saw the blood. But I'm not afraid. I should be, but I'm not. Then stop pushing me away when I get too close, I whisper. His eyes snap to mine. What? You heard me. You keep me at arm's length. Give me gifts but not yourself. Control everything but won't let me in. My voice strengthens. I almost died tonight. And all I could think about was that you'd blame yourself. That I'd never get to tell you. Tell me what? That I'm falling for you. That I have been since that first night when you sent Jessica with a contract. Maybe before. I laugh, broken and half hysterical. I'm falling for the man who destroyed me. How stupid is that? Silence. Then he kisses me. Desperate and possessive and tasting like fear. Not stupid, he says against my mouth. Inevitable.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the story, tell us your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for more stories.